Southgate believes his team's talent in attacking areas must be used to the maximum if they are to be successful in Germany. Well, again, that is not brain surgery. Scott has texted in saying, guys, it's simple. Foden plays with better players with Manchester City and a manager with better tactics. Stick Mbappe, Messi or Ronaldo in the England team and they would still struggle as Gareth doesn't know how to use them.
Isn't that great? Optimistic England fans, a few days before the tournament starts.
I think Scott's from Scotland, I'll be brutally honest with you.
Jeff, I got a text here, Agent 136. He says Pickford, this is talking about the team to pick. We asked you earlier to send your teams in. There are lots of them coming in. Pickford, Walker, Gomez, Gahey, Trippier, Foden off the right, Stones, Rice in the middle of the park with Anthony Gordon off the left, Bellingham in behind Harry Kane. That's Agent 136. That's his selection. I don't see that one starting, but listen, you never know.
Everyone has their own ideas, including our next guest. Joining us for more on this, Arsenal legend, former England man, Paul Merson. Morning, Merce.
How are you, Merce?
Morning, Jeff. Morning, Anne. You all right?
Yeah,
Yes,
really
great,
good, mate.
Good.
So, look, everyone's got their ideas about this England team. And I stirred a few things up by saying that maybe Foden shouldn't start the first game. Am I bonkers?
Yeah, you know you are. You know you are anyway. Get your best players on the pitch, Jeff. Get your best players on the pitch. For me, here's a match winner. We've got to find a solution to get him on the ball. It's no good Gay and John Stones by the end of the game touching the ball more times than Phil Foden, but you've got to come up with solutions, and that's why Pep Guardiola's the best about, because he gets the best players on the ball on a consistent basis, and that's why they make things happen.
Yeah. Merce, would you have Trent in there as a midfield player, or drifted into that position from a fullback position or whatever? Would you play him in the middle of the park, or would you be tempted to just go Declan and have Bellingham and Foden or another in front?
I think Trent Alexander-Arnold's probably got the best passing ability of the whole country, in my opinion. I think if you went into a passing competition, I think he'd come out the best in the country by a country mile. It's hard to experiment. You played centre midfield, and it's probably the hardest position on the football pitch. And to just go and put someone in there who's played right back all his career and probably played a handful of games in the centre of midfield in the last 7, 8, 9 years, and then go in there, it ain't that easy. And I would play the lad Walton. I would play the lad Walton. I honestly would. Yeah. I think he's a special talent. I think what he does, what we got to do if we're going to break these teams down, is move the ball quickly. He gets the ball, moves it very quickly. Yeah. If I was playing as a forward-thinking player, I'd love to play with him, because he just gets the ball and goes, bang, gives it to you straight away. He doesn't take 5 and 6 touches. He reminds me of a young Gareth Barry. He really does. Keeps it simple, finds that nice pass. And, for me, I would play him. I would have no questions about playing him with Declan Rice and Bellingham, and then Foden, Saka and Kane.
Were you disappointed that, well, you never really be disappointed, but were you surprised that England, despite all that flair that they had on the field against Iceland, didn't often look like breaking them down?
This is going to be my problem. I think we win the tournament. I think it'll be out of us and France if we get through the group. That is our problem, is sitting 10 behind. We're going to play against teams that sit 10 behind the ball. We see that on Friday night. That'll be all 3 games in the group without a question. I think when it gets to the nitty-gritty end, I think teams are confident enough to have a go at England, but we've got to get out the group. That's why I couldn't believe Jack Grealish. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, that was a shock to me. I don't know if other people thought that, but you've got to weigh it up, Jeff and Anne. He plays against 10 players at the back every week for Man City. He doesn't play, Anthony Gordon, Palmer, Eze. They play against broken up play teams. Teams have a go at them. The games open up. You get on the ball, loads of space. He plays against teams every week that sit 10 on the edge of the box. And he has that guile. He's got great feet. He nicks a free kick here and there. And I was amazed.
He doesn't really go past players anymore, though, does he, Merce?
Yeah. You don't have to go past. You got to pass and move the ball here. If you get, we're not watching Escape to Victory now, Jeff, with Pele. Do you know what I mean? You don't get the ball from the goalie and beat everybody. You've got to get it, pass it, move it. That's what breaks teams down. Teams will double up on players. They'll make it really congested. And you've got to be able to pass that ball quickly and have good feet. I like Eze. I think he's a good player. I like all of them. They're all good players. But I just think you go for horses for courses. Someone that plays against 10 at the back every single week.
What, Merce, centre-halves, what are you thinking?
I've got to have Stones. Whatever happens, I think Stones, hopefully, if he's fit, he's a give me, I think, because we're going to have a lot of the ball in the first 3 games, and we've got to start the playoff. We've got to be comfortable at the back. I like Gay with him. I think he's quick. He's a good player. I like him as well. And then I've got to go Walker and Trippier. I think it virtually picks itself, the back 4. Mm-hmm. It really does pick itself. I would have probably took James. I'd have probably took James as well, because I think there'd be games where if we have to go and chase a football match, you then put Carl Walker at centre-half, who can play there on his own probably with his pace. And then you get someone like a James who can defend, but at the same time can go forward. So, yeah, it's all right, me saying that. I got sacked by Walsall, but yeah, I can talk a good game.
Yeah. James, who's an Arsenal fan, says, ask Merce who he'd leave out for Grealish.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question, isn't it? Yeah.
Who let him through?
It's a brilliant question, yeah.
I'm not saying he has to start the game, because I would have to play Foden, because I'd have to play Foden, Saka and Kane as a front 3. But he's someone to come on if it's getting hard and we're not breaking teams down.
Or to keep it, Merce, if you're in front in a game.
I will keep it as you're in front. But, then I put on an Anthony Gordon then, who's got unbelievable pace, who's going to catch you on the counter-attack. I mean, how did I get the sack hand? I don't know.
Walsall been back on the phone, Merce. We've just taken a call from him.
Yeah. I thought that was my phone ringing, a Walsall number.
Brilliant. So, but you're sort of, in some respects, disregard the Iceland result and performance, because it's like a phony war. The real thing starts for England on Sunday.
Oh, absolutely, Jeff. No worries about the other night. Got no fuss. These players have just been picked in a squad that have got every chance of winning this tournament. Believe me, every chance. It's not the strongest tournament in the world. There ain't 5, 6, 7 teams that could win this tournament. There's probably 3 or 4 tops, in my opinion. So, for me, no one wants to get injured. This is a pinnacle of your career. This could put you into history. Why do you want to get injured like on the last time? We see it with Trent Alexander last time round, the poor lad. You don't want that. This don't count. It was a good one for us because Iceland played exactly like the 3 teams are going to play against us. But, yeah, I've got no worries. I think come what Sunday, I think England will be ready, and I can't see anything but an England win.
Brilliant, Merce. Thanks very much indeed. I'll tell you what, that
Merce.
Pele performance in Escape for Victory was a hell of a performance as well.
I just thought Sylvester Stallone in goal was a bit weak. I'd definitely go Pickford.
Put Paddy McGuinness in instead.
Anyway. Or Tony.
No, not Tony, I don't think. Brilliant, Merce. I'll see you tomorrow, Merce.
Brilliant. See you tomorrow.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.